Still getting them, Scotty?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right side. Yeah.
Right. I'm only in quickly because I've just got to give everyone an update on Oscar, but I'll wait to see who else comes in.
Yeah, it could be the slowest one ever, Foodie, because a bunch of people, including our anchorman, aren't coming in.
Where's he tonight?
Yeah, he did post it really late. Apparently, the train's having problems with the signals, and his daughter's coming in, and so he had to drive to Winchester to pick her up.
Yeah, there's been a major problem at Southampton with signalling today. So there's no the trains. I don't think can get that far. They must be terminating in Winchester.
Yeah.
Scotty, I sent you a message on Messenger the other day of something I picked up on Facebook. It was some Chusan photos.
Yeah.
But you didn't respond to it, so
no. Well, I've been away. I was up in Shrewsbury, so I might.
Oh, right.
I might not have got that. I'll have a look.
Yeah,
what was it? Any?
Well, I don't know. It was someone who put about 5 or 6 photos of Chusan out, and I think I might have deleted it now, actually, from my end. But you might still be able to see it your end.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good old days on there. Yeah.
Oh, Bob, you all right?
Not bad, mate. Yeah, getting there.
Good.
But fucking fractured hip now, haven't I?
Oh.
Fell over in hospital. I was just getting over the operation, and I tried to get out of bed to go for a pee. I went arse over tit, fractured my fucking hip.
Oh. If you're going to do it, that's the place.
It's getting better. I'm just starting walking with a stick. I've thrown the Zimmer away today.
Well, I know what it's like walking with a stick.
Yeah, well, I'm just learning.
You there, Jimbo?
Yeah, good evening, all. Finally got in this week, John.
Hello, Jim.
No problem.
Good, yeah.
Just seemed to take a bit longer than normal, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
How is everyone?
We're good.
Thanks. Yeah.
Good.
We're a bit hot and bothered, yeah.
Well, Jim.
Pete, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks, mate.
Pardon?
Not bad, thanks.
Good. Glad to see you all looking well. We're all still ticking.
We're all ticking.
That's the main thing.
I've been in contact with Macca this week.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted me to try and get him tickets for Tottenham v Everton.
Yep.
And you were getting tickets for him for Leicester v
Fulham
v Leicester.
Yeah. I said to him it'd be unlikely if I could get them because our allocation normally sells out, but he should be able to pick them up from Fulham, because they don't sell out.
Yeah. He got the Tottenham ones.
Oh, he's got them. Okay.
Yeah, he got 4.
Good.
Oh, excellent.
He's going to Tottenham.
Right.
I'll probably come down to Fulham, meet you.
That'd be great. You'll meet you outside the cottage.
Of course.
There you go.
Well, talking about Macca and Fulham, that when they're over in end of August, he wanted to go down to Bacon's, but he sort of cocked up a bit on the date. But he told Alan he wanted to go, and then he changed his mind and said it was the day before, and Alan's fully booked. So the alternative was to meet up in London, and he was suggesting that we could meet up at Fulham.
Yeah, that's where one of his daughters lives, isn't it?
Well, it's his sister or I don't know, it's someone.
Yeah, someone's living in.
Yeah.
Someone's living in Fulham, isn't they?
Yeah, and his daughter is going to be living with that relative. But they're staying in Fulham in two different pubs. So he was trying, because it would be ridiculous to try and go down to Bacon's just for one night. It takes me 4 hours to get there and back, and I'm there a month, 4 weeks before. So I don't mind meeting up in Fulham if anyone else wants to meet up there.
Well, if they're staying in two pubs, Dave, we'll have to visit too.
Definitely. Well, as he's staying in, we can put it on his bar tab, surely.
Yeah. Say nothing. Just say it's room 26.
You got it.
Actually, Gizzy, as we did when we went to Witsy's wedding, when we put all our drinks on Ricky Alder's tab in that hotel in Leicester.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to you since then, have I? But I had a very brief evening in Liverpool, and great to catch up, particularly Tony Greer and Lenny Turner. I mean, Lenny's an old friend of mine anyway, but I haven't seen Tony since I left, and doesn't he look well? He's done so well for himself. Yeah, so pleased to see him.
Well, what's he up to nowadays, Jim?
He's living in London, Pete. He's been in London for years.
Yeah. Do you know where?
South. It's Brentford way. It's around Kew, Brentford, somewhere like that.
Right. You got a number for him?
Hey, his missus is on Facebook.
Yeah.
Gail's on Facebook.
Oh, is she? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't actually, Pete. We were going to, but I had to shoot off a bit sharpish because I had a train to catch. So I just I said to Dave, tell him I said goodbye and sent my message later.
Well,
So I'm
actually,
sorry,
there's the Lottie Witts who set up that reunion. There's a WhatsApp group, and I'm pretty sure their telephone number will be on it.
Excellent.
If I can find it tomorrow morning, I'll text it to you.
Okay.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Hi, Chris. California. How you doing?
Hey,
Anyhow,
guys.
Anyhow, I've
Charlie,
only come
where are
in.
you, Charlie?
Charlie, where are you?
I'm well, thank you. Bob?
Where are you?
New Jersey.
Oh,
Joyce,
that's
I was
right.
gonna say, where's the fun?
Yeah. You need one here. 93.
Oh, fucking hell.
It was not 98 the other day. It was, we're walking down the road and it was just running. It's been horrendously hot here since we got here.
How is it in California, Chris? Oh, we can't hear Chris.
He's
You're on
chilling.
silent, Chris.
Can't hear you, Chris. That's okay.
Doesn't say-
It's going to be
doesn't say,
93 in Margate this week coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I'm going to
We're
Greece on
93
Tuesday.
people.
No. Yeah. You look at the temperatures coming this week. Well, in the 30s.
Yeah.
It will be
Anyhow,
where
guys.
I am, Derek. I'm going Greece this week.
You are. Oh,
God,
right.
they got
Fucking hell,
fires
ukulele.
there.
Tuesday.
Anyhow, guys, I've only come in briefly. I thought I'd give you an update on Oscar.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
please.
Right, I spoke to him about half an hour or so ago. He's not been too bad for the last couple of days. He's had an echocardiogram, and he's seeing
What?
an echocardiogram,
EKG.
What?
and he's seeing the cardiologist tomorrow. He's not been particularly well, but he does know that I've said that I was going to speak to everyone tonight and let them know how he is. So that is the latest update. I know Brendan had been in touch and had sent out messages on the WhatsApp group, but just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, sounds like he's on the mend. He'll be.
Well, he's not on the mend at the moment. Is because he hasn't been able to see a cardiologist. His doctor's taken it on his own back to increase medication, which might not be actually what he needs. Oscar thinks he needs to have a pacemaker fitted, similar to what Phil Butcher did to get over this problem.
Right.
He has been struggling. He's couple of times he's had to get an ambulance, and he's got to A&E, and they haven't had any beds, so they wouldn't keep him in, and this sort of thing. So yeah, he's been a little bit down, shall we say? But
He's probably worrying about it all too, isn't he?
well, of course he is, Charlie. Yeah.
One of my mates had a pacemaker fitted about 6 weeks ago, and he was absolutely knackered. He was on his way out, really was. And since he had this pacemaker fitted, he's like a spring chicken. He's like a new man. Amazing. What a difference they make.
Yeah, my brother's going for one, his third one, I think, on Thursday.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they
I
replace him every couple of years.
Yeah, well, Oscar's hoping that's what they will do with him. So anyhow, it was really just to update everybody. He's okay, but he's not okay, if you know what I mean. And if I find out any more, I'll put something on the WhatsApp group after I speak to him in the next couple of days.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, well let's get that crap out of the way. You know, all the
We'll tell him we hope he gets well soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him all our regards, Dave, please.
yeah, we'll do.
Now, how are you, Bob, anyway?
Yeah, well, I'm just starting to walk. I fractured my hip in hospital. Fell ass over getting out of bed. Fractured my fucking hip. But,
When they told you not to get out of bed.
yeah, the operation I had went well, no problem. I was getting on like a bloody house on fire. Then I wanted to get out for a pee, and I couldn't raise the nurse to help me, so I thought I'd jump out and get out myself, and that was it. Shiny floor, fucking bomb. And anyway, I didn't know. They sent me for an X-ray. And you've cracked it. Fortunately, it wasn't broken; it's only cracked. So it'll fix itself, you know. So
All doom and gloom, isn't it?
Can Chris hear us yet? Or can we hear Chris?
we have our trusty walking stick.
Yeah, no, we're not hearing you, Chris.
Can Ray hear? Ray
Yes,
hear us?
I can hear you all. I apologize
right.
for my tardiness today. I actually lost track of time. I had no idea it was 11. I suddenly saw the Colonel's message pop up. I was looking at my phone for something other reason. I saw the message pop up and I was like, oh shit, it's 11 o'clock already. Yeah. Beautiful sunny day here. Can't see it because I'm inside, but yeah, lovely. Yeah, sorry to hear about Oscar. I hope he gets better soon.
Yeah, I think Ray, you know, once he sees the cardiologist tomorrow, he's got a lot of faith in this guy because he's seen him before.
Right.
And he's pretty sure this guy will sort him out. I think what it is, you know, it's been frustrating because he's rung 999 and all this, gone to hospital. They haven't had any beds, so they sent him back home and all that sort of thing, you know.
I bet that 999, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's sort of got a little bit down with it, you know. But I think I told you the other day, didn't I, on the Aussie one?
Yeah.
Which actually Colonel edited it out, but you know.
It is.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm
Are
going
you
to go.
speaking, Chris?
I'm going to go because it was only
Still
coming
not
to
speaking.
give you the update on Oscar. But I'll see you all again soon. All right, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Bye,
cheers
Dave.
mate. Oh, bye.
Well, Chris has still got a problem.
It's
Yeah.
not-
It's
it's muted.
yeah, he is muted. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
doesn't
Yeah.
say.
Who's watching the jocks tonight?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure, could do with a bit of comedy.
Comedy's not like it used to be.
Nah.
we'll have some comedy tomorrow. Oh, no, Tuesday. Tuesday we'll have some comedy.
Tuesday, what a load of shite they were the other night, weren't they?
Tell me about it. Rubbish.
Fucking hell.
They might get
Graceful.
better than the English, those sweaty tots.
Well, the only thing you can say is that they haven't lost. They're top of the group, and only let in one goal.
Oh, Hilda.
Yeah,
I've been trying. I couldn't find the postcode. Yeah, the
password.
Yeah.
And John,
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Testing.
Nice and warm
Good
and goer.
Yeah, okay, we got you, Chris. Thank you.
Okay.
There's no direct-
Oh, we can hear you now. Oh,
I don't know
right.
what happened. Anyway, how's everybody? That's what I was trying to ask earlier. And then I said to Charles, it's 95 degrees here today. So
In California, yeah.
yeah, my air's not working very well. The air's not coming through cold. So it needs recharging the system, I think. So that's a bummer. Got to get my guy out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been lovely up my way today. 24 degrees today. Probably up to 27 tomorrow.
And any news on Roger, John?
Well, yes, I sent a text to his friend in Goa yesterday to ask if there was any update from what I posted last time. And the only thing that I can tell you is that he's still in the Philippines. Is it Philippines or Thailand? Philippines, I think. And the insurance company are going to fly him home when he's well enough. Other than that, I don't know anymore. And that was that was from yesterday.
What happened there then, Hilda?
What, with Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard or read anything.
Did he have a stroke?
He had a
Oh,
stroke.
yeah.
A stroke about what, 3
okay.
weeks, 4 weeks, 5
Yeah.
weeks ago, Neil, perhaps.
Yeah, I've missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was. It was the day before he was due to fly home, and he got taken to hospital and was in intensive care for 2 or 3 days, and then he was taken out and transferred to another hospital. Then he had a relapse and went into the intensive care again.
Oh boy.
And the insurance, travel insurance company are now involved there, and they shifted him to a private hospital. And as soon as he's well enough, they're going to be flying back to the UK. But
Right.
when that is, I don't know. As I say, that's
Yeah.
the latest I got from yesterday.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit worrying.
Yeah.
But
It is
it's
indeed.
it's from what I can make out with the text that I posted it on there as I received it, because you can see it then and draw your own conclusions as what I did. And I didn't want to go putting things there that wasn't correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I must have missed that one.
And about in speaking to him, and he was just could only raise his left hand. His lips was moving, but he couldn't hear no voice. So I mean, you have to draw what you can from that. As
Yeah. So
it doesn't look that good, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
If he can only raise his left hand, he could be sort of paralyzed down one side slightly, which is what a stroke could do.
Yeah.
So we can just hope that
Well,
he makes a recovery.
Well, that's normally the left hand that's affected.
Yeah, well, apparently it was his left hand he was waving, sort of thing.
Well,
So, as I say, that's as I was, as I copied onto the internet for you all to see. As I say, I didn't want to draw any conclusions myself and write something down and give false impressions. So I thought it best to post it as I got it. Then you can draw from that your own conclusion. But doesn't look that good, really. But there we are.
No, that's not great, huh?
As my doctor once said to me, it's not much fun getting old, is it?
No, but don't like the alternative.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
There's a lot of our mates that never had the pleasure of all the unpleasure of old age, isn't there? So
That's true.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah.
But there again, what's going on in the world today, as I've said a few times recently, I'm pleased I'm in my twilight years now, because I don't think there's too much to look forward to in the future, what we was used to in our youth.
with a bit of luck, we won't get called up.
You can volunteer, Jim. Labour Conservatives back in. You can volunteer.
Go to Ukraine, they'll welcome you with open arms.
Yeah.
They're looking for nice young men like you, Jim.
The young man I
Well,
agree with, Bob, and her about nice.
We could all be in Dad's army.
Where's Dave this week?
Don't tell him your name.
I've been
What's
Tuesday
it?
afternoon out in the sun.
Dave's got held up on a railway problem.
What's this I hear about the UK bringing back maybe national assistance, national
Subscription.
service of some conscription of some
Wow.
kind?
Oh, it's one of Sumac's wild ideas, isn't it?
He ain't going to happen, but he ain't going to get back in.
Well, it's not going to happen then. It's not going to get.
If it was to happen, it's not going to be compulsory, which is pointless if it does, sort of thing.
Correct.
Oh God.
All it is,
if you don't volunteer, you get your driving license taken off you. Hey, what punishment? Eh?
They only want 30,000.
You know.
it's not even to go and fight. It's just to go and get a trade and learn something over a year.
Yeah.
Basically, that's about it.
Bring back
And if you don't want to join the army or the navy or the air force, which is fine, you can go into some other profession like ambulance, police,
Like
or
public
whatever.
service. Yeah. Any public service.
Any
Put them in
public
the
service.
merchant navy.
Merchant Navy's not an option, Steve.
What merchant navy?
And the wrong nationality.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they got English people on there, but not a lot.
Not a lot. No.
There's quite a few camp guys who'll not want to go in the army, isn't there? You know what I mean?
I was talking to a Filipino nurse when I was in hospital. And she said these Filipinos who work on the ships, they have to do 3 years training in the Philippines before they're allowed to go to sea.
What?
Really?
That's what she told me. Yeah. I said, what do they have to learn? You know.
English
training.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember the Filipinos telling me that. It's a bit of it's one of those things. I don't know. It's like a money grab in the Philippines because they don't need to go through all that training.
Well, we used to get signed on and got about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
Actually, I was remembering when that Oscar was when I joined the Sun Princess as a bellboy, Oscar met me and the other bellboy, which was Steve Mitchell. I don't know if you guys remember him. And showed us. It was Oscar that showed us around.
That was your training.
That was our training. Yeah. I don't know why it was Oscar. I guess he's volunteered for a lot of things back then. So
I don't know whether any of you was on the Sun Princess when that bellboy was caught in a passenger cabin with a young passenger.
I was, yeah.
And what's his name? John Cusack. One morning, I had quite an heavy night the night before, and done breakfast and come back. Got my head down trying to refresh. Knock on my door, and there's John Cusack there. He said, came in. So he said, "Oh, can I see you?" So he came in. So he said, "I've got this boy out there." He said he was caught last night, bellboy. He said in a passenger cabin, in a crew cabin with a passenger. So he said, Sammy was the captain at the time. He said he wants to throw the book at him. He said, "I can't go up there." He said, "because I'm his boss." He said, "Would you do it?" So I said, "Well, is the boy there?" So he brought him in. So I said, "Well, what exactly happened?" So there was he was caught by the parents had gone and complained that they'd lost their daughter. So they had a search. And I think it was in Peter Story's cabin. He'd loaned him this key or something or other. And
that's right.
But the two that found him was the deputy purser and the night watchman. But there was conflicting stories. One said that he was in bed with the girl. One said he was sitting on the bed with the girl. So I can't say that it was one or the other. Anyway, we go up there and Sammy starts and I just a minute. I said, I forget what it was now. I stopped it. So he said, he said, "Now you've done that." He said, "We've got to bring somebody up to take notes." He said, "This will all have to be recorded." He thought it was going to be a straight cut and close case. To cut a long story short, the Dickie Bull was the purser. The first one to come in was the deputy purser, and he gave his account of the story. of what happened. And then the night watchman came in and gave his account. It was two different stories. So anyway, a bit more went on, and then it said. So Sammy looked at me before he sort of made his decision. He said, "Do you have any more to say?" So I said, "Well," I said, bearing in mind, I said, it's the boy's first trip to sea, and he wasn't aware that he couldn't take passengers into crew accommodation. So Sammy immediately turned around to the purser. He said, "Whose job is it to instruct these boys when they come on board?" He said, "Find out and let me know." So anyway, I said, "When you make your decision, Captain, would you bear in mind like that this is how it came out?" I says, "And any decision you make today," I said, "could affect this boy's career for the rest of his life at sea." So anyway, the boy got the sack off the ship. He didn't get the sack off the company. He got the sack off the ship. But to cut a long story short, Dickie Ball went and checked up on all this. Well, when the boy came on board, Sammy was deputy captain. And it states that the deputy captain is supposed to instruct bellboys to come on board.
All right.
Excellent. Was all over, wouldn't it?
Ray, do you know where it was? Do you know where the boy was?
I can't remember who it was now, no.
Ray might know.
I remember that because I hadn't long been a PRS, and I was thinking to myself, because in my short time as a bellboy, we probably had girls down in the cabin or went to visit girls, and it could have happened to any of us, and he got sent home. I think she was underage or something.
Yeah, but the thing was, Sammy come and saw me the next day, and he said, "Oh, thank you," he says, "for coming up with that boy." He says, I had to sack him off the ship. He says, "because you know what Americans are like." He said, "the girl going missing," he says, "and whatever," he said, "they could sue the company for mismanagement or whatever." He said, but he said, "I had to sack him off the ship, but he's not sacked out the company." What happened to him after that, when he went to another ship or not, I don't know. Yeah. But because I brought all this up, it all had to go into notes, which would then had to be go to the union in case there was any further problems.
But why did you get called up and not the accommodation officer?
Because the accommodation officer was his boss, and he couldn't represent him. I represented him because there was no union convener on board. I was chairman of the social club, if you remember, and I'd already had an up and a down with Sammy a couple of weeks before and stood up to him and won my case, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's why John came to me. He said he needs somebody to go and stick up, that can stick up to him against Sammy.
What? When I was there, it was Ron Blackman, I think, was the accommodation officer. Big Mary, yeah, and Jeff Garland, Judy Garland.
Jeff Garland.
Yeah, Jeff Garland. Everybody called him Judy Garland, but
that's right. Yeah.
And then there was another one, John. I can't think of his last name.
Probert.
John
Probert. Yeah, that was who came and saw me. He was his boss.
Right. Are any of those still around? John, I caught a stowaway one day, and John Probert was the accommodation officer, and he was really mad at me because, have I told this story about catching the stowaway?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, I was a bellboy, and you remember the purser's office was in the sort of the foyer area, and the shop was there, and then there was a foyer at both ends of that sort of shop alleyway, and the A-deck pantry was down towards the aft end of the ship on that floor, and I came walking through the foyer to deliver something to the purser's office, and there was a guy sitting there. He was black, but that really didn't mean anything, but he definitely looked out of place and he looked uncomfortable, and I just greeted him as I passed. And then once I was out of sight, I thought to myself, there's something odd about that guy. I'm going to go back and take another look at him. And I turned around and walked past again, and this time he stopped me and asked me where he could buy a suit. And I said to him, "What cabin are you in? And he gave me like a bogus cabin number. And I said to him, you're not a passenger, are you? And he went, and he right away fessed up and said no. And I said, you better come with me. And he did. So I walked down to John Probert's office, and I told him to wait outside, which he did. Told the stowaway to wait outside. And then I knocked on John Probert's office door and went in, and I said, I just caught a stowaway. And he just got absolutely livid with me. He was like, you've got to be fucking joking. Tell me you haven't caught a stowaway. And I said, I have. And he's standing outside. And he was so angry with me. And I guess because the guy didn't, as often happened, they didn't have any papers. And once they're on board, we'd already sailed. I can't remember what port we were in, St. Martin or somewhere like this. And once we'd sailed, then they have a hard time getting rid of him. Because if you've got no papers, you can't put him off at the next port. You have to keep him all the way back to the port that he got on, and then persuade the authorities that that's where he belongs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was quite surprised at his reaction. He was pissed off at me. So, and the funny thing was, because I was a bellboy, they put him in. They gave him a cabin, a spare cabin. And they couldn't really lock him in the cabin, so they told him he had to stay in the cabin. And a couple of times they found he had wandered off. And so the next thing, I was asked to deliver food to him. And right behind the bridge, there was a staircase going downstairs. And on the first landing, they had put a cot bed, and he was shackled to the railing of the staircase on this cot bed. And I actually couldn't believe that we even had such a thing, like that we had chains and shackles, but that's where he was. And I took his meals up all the time and fed him.
The mind boggles.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I never say anything like that. You know,
we didn't have a jail cell or anything like that. But years later, we had a stowaway on the Royal. When I was on the Royal, we had stowaways.
Yeah, most passenger ships, as far as I'm aware, always had a padded cell, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ships always had a padded cell.
There was always a cabin up front for DBH, wasn't there?
That's right. Yeah.
DBH.
Usually somewhere near the bridge, I think, wasn't it? A padded cell.
Well, the ones I knew were just off the well deck.
Off the well deck on the true sand or a rod side.
Yes, yeah. I got to say, I think you're right. It was up forward, wasn't it, on the one side?
I think there was one on the Royal, and because I remember looking through the window and seeing it, actual padded cell. Just
Actually, I don't remember. It was occupied quite a lot on the wrong side.
Anybody remember? We were in San Juan one morning, and our mess was on the starboard side, wasn't it? And was it the Go-Go's mess on the port side?
Yeah.
And just inside from the port to the after deck was the morgue, the fridge. And we turned. I was up there this morning. Anyway, the fans were going. I said, that's unusual. The fans are going in here. I wonder what's in here. Open the bloody door. I saw two bare feet sticking out. The punter had died. I think only the previous evening. I think he died.
We don't have an anchorman tonight. So hi, Taffy. How you doing?
All
right, Al?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks. Enjoying the conversations, the stories. Yeah.
Hey, Taffy.
All's well in the valleys.
Yeah.
Good.
We had another situation. I actually don't remember which ship it was now. It might have been the Sun, but I was on like 9 or 11 ships in the end. But on one of the ships, we were in port, and a punter had a heart attack going up the gangway, and he died on the gangway. And they called an ambulance, and the doctor was in attendance too. And they hadn't moved him because they were trying to resuscitate him. And so then there was a big problem because the ambulance didn't want to take him because he didn't belong there, and the ship didn't want to take him back on because he was dead. And so for a while he was actually stuck on the gangway, and nobody could go up or down the gangway, and there was this controversy over what they were going to do with the body. And I actually don't remember what happened in the end. I do know that it was stuck there for a while.
Does anyone remember the seaplane on the Sun Princess landing in Alaska?
Yeah, when they in Glacier Bay. Yeah.
Was it Glacier Bay or was it? No, it wasn't.
I thought it was.
Oh, you mean there was two
The seaplane landed
seaplanes
behind us. We were sailing along, and it landed at the back of us.
Yes, I was
Crash
there.
landing.
I was there that night. One of the coxswains came down. The guy was lost, apparently. He was flying from Juneau to Ketchikan or something, and he was running out of gas, and the Coast Guard
Was it Sitka?
we were going up the inside passage.
Yeah,
and they were
it was
talking to him
nighttime.
over
It
the
was nighttime.
Yeah, I heard it
No,
from
it was Sitka.
one of the coxswains that came down from the bridge. You'd remember him. He's the same guy. I can't remember his name, but maybe you remember. It's not to get off track, but he said to one of the officers, he came down one day, a different occasion, and said, "Oh, I just had it out with this officer. I won't say the officer's name, but he said, I was just so fed up with him. I finally said to him, he said, if I was to call you an idiot, then you'd have me up on charges, and I'd probably get a written warning, right?" And the officer said, "Yeah." And he said, "But if I was to think you're an idiot, you wouldn't know because it was just a thought." And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I think you're an idiot." Anyway, that guy, that coxswain, I can see him now. He was quite the lad. He was a quite big guy and didn't take any shit. He came down that night when that seaplane crash landed behind the ship. And the bridge had been listening to this conversation, and they heard the guy say to traffic control, air traffic control, or Coast Guard, or whatever it is, "I can see the runway. I can see the runway." But what he could actually see was the running lights of the ship from the side. They looked like a runway. And I've seen ships at night when we've sailed, when I've flown, left the ship and flown in the evening, and you see the ship going along. It does look like a runway at night. And he crashed. They put a lifeboat, and according to that coxswain, he said we went over to the seaplane in the dark with the spotlight, and the guy had got out of the plane and was standing on the wing, and as they pulled up alongside, he stepped off the wing just as the plane sank onto the lifeboat. They literally pulled him into the lifeboat as the plane sank, and I think we dropped him off in Juneau or something like that.
Well, there's some conflict. The story I heard is apparently on the run. Yeah, we took him on board, and when we got to Juneau, he just got off the ship and disappeared. Apparently.
Oh, that could be.
That was the story I was told.
If I could break in, guys, my wife's got a question. She's kind of busy, but just bear with us.
Oh, no question for us.
Is it a question for us?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I have a client who's taking back-to-back cruises out of Southampton, and so his boarding time for the second one isn't until 3:00. Do you guys have any recommendations as to how he can spend the time?
There's a couple of pubs. There's a couple of pubs there.
In Southampton?
Yeah, that would be close to the terminal there.
When is he there?
He's there next month, July 14th.
So that's
He's
when
getting off one ship in the morning.
He's getting off the Anne and getting on the Queen Mary.
Okay.
Right.
Or both on the same day.
Yeah.
Somewhere close by.
Just looked at the office.
Does the terminal have any facilities there? Like it was so long ago that I was there that there was nothing.
No, there's nothing there.
Okay.
Depends which one they dock at.
No,
He's supposed to be for the Mary, he's supposed to be at the Queen Elizabeth terminal.
The QE
Well, he's
one,
pretty close to town.
There's not a lot there. The Ocean Terminal's not too bad. But the other
Just
one.
get a taxi into town and have an hour or two for lunch or something. It's the easiest thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there someplace you'd recommend?
Oh, please, yeah.
He's by himself, and so you know.
Yeah,
No,
nice.
poor Stephen, we all head for the pub.
Weatherspoons. Go to
I've never,
No,
I
Weatherspoons.
never went to
Yeah.
Southampton, so I can't
If he
help.
likes Italian, he can go up the far end. Or the,
Okay.
How old is he, Cindy?
He's in his 40s,
Oh,
like
there's a
late 40s.
there's a pole dancers club in the main street.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that's his thing.
ask him if he likes
But
pole dance.
there's
See,
a couple of nice
if he
He's
follows
restaurants.
my
the-
son's
outside
boss.
of it.
if he
Yeah, I
follows
tell
the
you, to
city
be honest
wall,
with you-
he'll end up at the West Quay.
So, to be honest, with you,
West
Cindy,
Quay is the best place.
Cindy, if he can,
No.
if he can secure his baggage somewhere safe,
Which is what we're hoping. Yeah.
all he needs to do, because Southampton was a walled town. It had a
Okay.
wall going right round it when it was originally built in, years and years ago.
Yeah.
And all he's got to do is walk into the town, and it's such an especially if he's American, it's very quaint because
Okay.
just tell him to take a walk and to get, you don't really
the-
need directions.
By the bar gate, right, Taffy?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by,
Okay.
by the West Quay
Bargate.
shopping centre. That's the place where all the restaurants are.
And there's a lovely
yeah.
merchant marine memorial where there
Okay.
was a church, but it was bombed in the war. But now it's a memorial, and it's right next to the pub where the hotel where most of us stay when we were in the Dolphin.
Okay.
So it's a lovely little
So-
area, and you can't get lost because it's 5 minutes in a taxi back to wherever the ship is on.
Okay. So he would go off to the right from when he leaves there.
Just tell him to head for the town centre. And to get to the town centre, all you've got to do is walk through one of the entrances through the walls.
Okay. Okay.
It's a very interesting place. You'll enjoy a couple of hours just wandering around, seeing the quaint
you.
British. Or
Thank
maybe,
you. I really appreciate your help because it's something I didn't know, and so.
oh yeah.
any
Well,
help I
you
can
know, we drove up to the, when we drove from the hotel to meet up with the boys at the restaurant, that
Right.
Italian restaurant, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Well, that's the top of the town, so he doesn't need to go anywhere.
Oh, so it's not far.
No, it's not
It's
far.
it's definitely a
Yeah.
little long. Okay, perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I'll let John back in.
All right.
Ta-da,
It'll
Cindy.
only take him about 20 minutes to walk into town.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
In Brendan.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hello,
Brendan,
Brendan.
look.
Brendan. Wow.
Look at you and your flares, Brendan. Look at Brendan in his flares.
I've still got them.
Got them on now, and yeah.
And me.
Brendan, where have you been? I can done with you at 7 o'clock because we don't have an anchorman.
Well, Johnny, we were in the garden. It's been such a lovely day here. And Sherry got some wine out and I got some beer out, and we were just chewing the fat, really, having a good old chat. And we tend to talk a lot, Sherry and me. We're right chatterboxes. And it's been a lovely day.
I'm just joking. It's just out of the blue that Dave told us that 10 minutes before 7 that he wouldn't be in tonight. So
Where is he, by the way?
That's okay.
He's
gonna
at
have a break,
Winchester
the old
picking up
boy.
his daughter.
All right.
He's going to have a break. Charlie, what are you doing in New Jersey? New Jersey. New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yeah. Just come away for a little long weekend break,
As you do.
as
Tell-
we do. Yeah.
Tell Brendan how hot it is, Charlie.
Well, it's cooler today. It's 73. It was
Oh,
78
flipping it, mate.
2 days ago. 78.
You're in the wrong place. This is where it's supposed to be now, isn't it, Pete?
98, sorry.
We've had one day of sunshine and already there's a heat wave.
Yeah.
Anyone watching the Jocks?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Well, I've got a feeling they're going to do what they haven't done for a long time. Well, I don't think they've ever done it.
What's that? Win the game?
They've never ever got out of the group. They've never got out of the groups.
But didn't Hungary beat England 4-1 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They're a good team.
They are a good team. I think Scotland have got to be careful.
Yeah.
The Jocks play well. I can't understand how they don't win anything. I mean, they've got good players. I don't know what it is. They just
maybe they haven't got
never
enough.
seem to split, do they?
And they play good physical football, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be closing shop a bit early today because of that. So I'll let Steve, the crew bar director, decide on the time. Steve.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to scoot off now anyway.
Got 7 minutes.
A couple of weeks.
We don't need to sing the Scottish national anthem, do we?
You off, Charlie?
I see you've got Broadstairs up there, Scotty.
Oh, it's still there. Yeah.
My apartment in the background.
Yeah. I haven't been there since.
I would like to ask, and I hope I'm not stepping out of line, but I want to know, can you give us a quick update on your health, Robert? Bobo?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, well, as I said to the lads earlier before you came, I fractured my hip in hospital, fell over, arse over tip, fractured my fucking. But apart from that, I'm all right. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you're looking, I was going to say you're looking good, but I didn't like to say that till you told me you're feeling better, but you're looking.
Yeah, no, I feel good. Apart from having difficulty walking at the moment.
It was only on his second bottle of brandy, weren't you, Bob?
I was, yeah. Drop a gin tonight. Thank you.
Brendan, did you see the message I put on your old geezers?
I did, yeah. I mean, I don't know if anybody remembers a guy called Bill Reed. He worked as a head waiter or second waiter on the cruise ships many years ago. And his wife was Connie, who was a telephone
telephonist on True Saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And Aronso.
Do you know any more on the circumstances, Derek? Or?
No, it's just ill health, I think. Just bad.
Yeah,
bad.
she was diabetic, I think.
I must have known her, but I don't remember her.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Lovely guy.
A friend. The strange thing is, it was a friend of hers worked with Jill, my wife, in a nursing home. And we met up one day with this lady in a cafe on the seafront, and she brought a friend with her. And as soon as her friend opened her mouth, I said, "I know you," and it was Connie.
Yeah.
Who I'd worked with in 1969, 70.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hadn't seen much of her in between.
No. Here's Bobo.
Here's Bobo.
Hello,
driving to Liverpool.
Yeah, well, thanks for letting me know, Derek, and it's very sad.
I'm sure one of the persons in Dover would know them anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he was a person there, wasn't he?
Actually,
yeah, Bill was a very sort of private guy, though.
Yeah.
Where is he now, the old Bobo?
I think he's in Belfast.
I'm sitting in a line of traffic waiting to get on the Stena Line boat going to Liverpool. So it's quite busy.
Well, it's nice you to pop in, Bob.
Yeah, I just got here, so I just thought I'd just say hello. That's all. I know you've only got about 5 minutes to go. So
where are you going to from Liverpool, Bobo?
I'm going from Liverpool heading to York.
York.
And then from York, I'm heading to Warwickshire, and then Warwickshire to Kent, and then Kent to.
I passed your daughter's house this afternoon.
Oh, did you? Oh, nice. Well, I'll be there, John, on Wednesday till Sunday. So I'll try and catch up and see you.
Yeah.
So did you ever spend any time in your flat in Cardiff?
Not much time, no.
Oh, the two girls are making a fortune in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I got two girls in there. They're doing about 10 punters a day at least.
Take the rent up.
That's
Are
right.
you going to remember what your wife looks like, Bobo?
Yeah.
My friend, here, Alan Baker. I don't know if any of you remember him. He retired a few years ago as a hotel general manager, but he'd got a couple of places up. There was Doncaster, I think one of them was. There's a house which he'd had rented out for about 5 years. Well, apparently, when he's the one that's in Goa as well. When he went back, apparently this house was raided in February, and somebody had set it up as a drug farm. And they've done God knows how much damage there. We've put in pipes in and heating and God knows what. It's cost him about 5,000 or 6,000 to put it all right again.
The teams are coming out on the pitch, boys.
Yeah.
Bobo,
just for your information.
When you're down in Kent, whereabouts you going?
We're doing a walk on Thursday.
Where's
I'll
that?
be there.
Where's that?
We're doing a Dover to Deal walk. It's one of the most beautiful walks in Britain, actually. Along the White Cliffs, you've got the English Channel, and you've got the ferries and shipping, and you've got the French coast. It's just lovely. It's a lovely walk. So we'll send some videos. I'll get Bobo to do some videos as well.
Yeah, I'll be there.
It's a beautiful. Anybody else wants to come along, they're welcome, of course.
How many miles is that, Brendan?
It's about 8 or 9 miles, but we stop, Johnny. We stop at after about 3 or 4 miles. My sister, there's a golf club at the top of the cliffs called Walmer and Kingsdown Golf Club, and she does all the membership. So she's arranged a table for tea and cakes and everything for the boys at halfway, and then we'll end up at Deal Pier, and maybe we'll have something refreshing and cold to drink, and then get the train or the bus back or whatever people want to do. So just a lovely walk.
Charles, it looks like you're wearing a white fez.
Yeah, no, that's the lamp behind me.
Good spot. You got a chef on.
It's like a fez, doesn't it?
What a great spot.
Oh dear.
Excellent. That's summing out the King and I.
King and I. That's
or the Queen and I.
Funny.
I must ask everyone, what was everyone's favourite show to watch when you were running the tray round?
Go.
Oh, here you go. No, you
I
thought
think
that
I'll
one,
go
haven't
for Fiddler on the Roof.
I
It's
like
a
Fiddler on
small
the Roof.
world. That one. What was that one? It's a small world after all.
It's a small world, I suppose.
I used to like Fiddler on the Roof.
That's a
I thought
tough
that was very
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Barman on the Fiddle. That one.
Yeah.
I'd say
No, Fiddler
I'd
on
say
the Roof.
pub night.
Brendan, what was Sherry's favourite one to be in?
Well, she liked the Rodgers and Hammerstein show where they did the South Pacific thing, we're
when
going
they
for
used, when they used to
for a
sing
nookie
Yankees
now or
away.
hooky now or whatever it was called. And there was the Cole Porter one, but she liked the Rodgers and Hammerstein one because there was different shows and different songs, But I always liked the Fiddler. Personally, I always liked the Fiddler on the Roof show. It was always very good.
Fiddler in the basement, we used to call
I
it.
wonder why.
The bar staff seemed to like that one more than anyone. Well, I went to Canterbury on Monday to the Marlow Theatre and saw Jesus Christ Superstar, and it was excellent. It was excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It's a good
Just some
show.
great stuff.
When we came to London last year, we got tickets for Phantom. We'd never seen it before, and boy, it was fantastic. I mean,
Great songs.
Yeah, it was great. If we hadn't been flying back the next day, we probably would have gone and seen it a second night running. It was so good.
Phantom's great.
Yeah.
Chris, when are you in London this year?
I'll be in London, arriving the evening of the October 4th, and flying back on October 8th.
Okay.
To get something organised.
We're doing a river cruise for a week on the Danube.
Well, since I was last on here, I've booked my flight back to Goa.
Flying from Budapest to London.
I'm doing a river cruise on the River Thames again. Late September.
What was
Oh,
Graham
right.
Lee? With Graham?
Yeah,
Oh, great. Okay.
Carry on cruising.
yeah.
So how long are you going out to Goa for this time, John?
Well, I'm going on the 20th. I leave here on the 26th, arrive there on the 27th, and I return to the UK on the 18th of April.
Is that 26th of this
lovely.
month, John?
26th of October, sorry.
Oh, October, sorry. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Lovely.
about 5.5 months.
Now, Alan, are you a Swifty fan or not? We want to know.
I tell you what, she came in one way and I went out the other.
Yeah, you went out the other.
And I had a lovely couple of days last week, and I went to Taunton and I met up with some friends, and then I went out to Minehead, and I parked on the beach in Minehead overnight. It was
You
beautiful.
told me. I know some nice pubs around there.
Oh, I was
It's your
just
neck of the woods,
enjoying-
wasn't it, Bob?
Yeah.
I was just enjoying the view, you know, being
I used to
on
play
the-
golf down there. Yeah.
But before we sign out, I know we're all excited with the football, and they're about to kick off.
They are.
But I'm getting excited because I'm making a little video which I will put up. I did the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. We were chartered by 7-Eleven for, I think it was 10 days in
What
Los
was that on the PP, Tav?
Yes.
Yeah, I was on there.
Oh, it was fantastic. And
Yeah,
then
I was on there.
I done 14 days up in Abbey Wood, East London, for the London Olympics in 2012. And I'm just packing up the Taffmobile because I'm going to do the Paris Olympics in a month's time.
Wow.
And the Paris Olympics looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait because I tell you, I've got to take my hat off to the French. They're going to do a bloody hell of a job on that. It's all going to be on the River Seine. I can't wait. And the Taffmobile is going to be there. So I'll do a couple of live broadcasts.
Are you going to go swimming? Are you going to go swimming, Taffy?
Do the 100 meter,
I-
the 100
I-
meter sprint on the River Seine, eh?
Well,
Right.
the
I've got to go because I don't want to miss the
Yeah.
goal
All
by
the best.
Hungary.
yeah.
Kicked off. Guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
See you all.
See
See
you
you next
next
time.
week.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, girls
Yeah,
and boys.
okay, bye.
Bye for now.
I don't know who the girls are, but I did say girls and boys.
Yeah. See you guys.
Cheers all. Good night.
Ciao.
Oh